Welcome back to another Terrie Weather Talks 2. I really am having so much fun doing this. Being in lockdown is a very strange feeling, and there are some lovely people that I know on the island, and I love to go out and meet up with people, and this is actually enabling me to have that little bit of chat and that little bit of interaction, making me smile. So today I've got something a little bit special for you. This lady, many talents. Many of the people that I've interviewed have got multi-talents. So this lady is a vocalist, but she also does lots of different twists. So she's able to do princess parties. She's able to organise for a superhero to come to your party or to your wedding. Very involved in, generally, I would say you grant people's dreams. Would you agree with that? This is the lovely Harriet.
Hi, Terrie.
Hello.
Yeah, that is definitely true. I like to make dreams come true, of course.
Definitely. What person doesn't? What person doesn't? So tell us first of all, you do the princesses, and you do many princesses. What are the princesses that you do?
Wow, we keep growing every few months, but at the moment we do. I'm going to have to get my fingers out so I can count them all. Yeah. We do Moana. We do Princess Belle from Beauty and the Beast. We do Princess Jasmine from Aladdin, the old and the new look. We do Elsa, also in her Let It Go dress and her new film. We do Princess Anna, the same from the two films. Also, Maleficent. We have our own unicorn princess that I actually made myself. The name and everything was from my imagination, and her name's Infinity, so that's another one. Then we do Tinkerbell, Minnie Mouse. I don't know if I mentioned Maleficent for Halloween, and then at the moment we're bringing in Princess Poppy from Trolls. Wow. And we would like to launch Pocahontas this year, a new Wonder Woman. It's crazy. We have so many. The list is quite.
I've also seen you dress up as Jessie from Toy Story.
Yes, Jessie from Toy Story we do.
Barbie?
I love to do Woody. Yeah, Barbies, unicorns. The list is endless. Also, I think I've missed a princess. Ariel, of course.
Oh,
Ariel.
Of course. And I've actually interviewed Ariel as well. So
I nearly forgot her. She's like one of my favourites because we do the dress, and then later, normally in parties, we change into the mermaid because I never could work out what was the most popular. So we do the 2-in-1, what's really fun.
Oh, fantastic. So, as a princess, what could people book you to do?
Well, it's literally anything. We have packages from small meet and greets. This is great for people who come on holiday. We go to any location. The meet and greet's really personal. We go to their hotel, knock on their door, and it's really normally 30-45 minutes meet and greet. We do parties. You can choose any sort of time you want. Every party is different. People sometimes want 2 princesses, 3 princesses, a superhero, a princess. It literally anything people ask me for, I normally produce, and we always have new ideas, new things people ask us to do. So if you have an idea and you come to me and say, this is what we want and could we do that together, I would do that. Anything, to be honest. Also, we have special packages for weddings. We entertain children at weddings, which is really fun, and I love doing weddings because it takes that time from the bride and groom and the parents, so it's so nice. It's like a breath of fresh air. We take the kids while they do the speeches, and we play with them for 2-3 hours, and they love it because it's their time in a wedding when they're supposed to be quiet. We're doing fun things, so that's normally a whole area we do of games, teepees, everything. So anything. Communions, baptisms, the list is endless, Terrie. I could talk all day.
So as well as the meet and greets and when they do the party experiences, you are a vocalist yourself, so you do songs as the princesses as well?
Yes, we also sing live as our princesses, what I think makes it very special because at the end of the day, you can be a princess, but I think being able to sing like the princess is something that makes us very unique. So we work so hard on vocals and different versions of songs, and like Elsa, when Elsa came out, I was stalking the film till it came out so I could learn the songs before the film because it was so important to me to be able to launch a new character with the songs. So we spend so much time and it's so magical. You should see the faces of the little kids when they see us sing. It's like, oh, she's just come off the telly. So it's lovely. That's why I like to sing as well.
Absolutely. I mean, during this bizarre period, you've been really kind, and you've actually done lots of free video calls with boys and girls from all over. You were very kind enough to do one as Elsa to my nieces, and they phoned me afterwards to tell me that they'd spoken to and sung with Elsa, and just the delight on their faces was so
It's
adorable.
amazing. I can't explain the feeling. It makes you very emotional because they obviously believe you are the real thing, and that's obviously I must be doing something right, because there's never a time that they don't think I'm real. So it's
Mm-hmm.
very, very amazing. And like you said, I did a call for your nieces, what the most cutest little chatterboxes I've ever spoken to, they were just, and they showed me their colouring and their slippers and anything that had Elsa on, and it was so lovely. And they sang and they danced, and I did that for, I think I've done maybe 40 to 50 calls as Elsa in the
Wow.
lockdown. Yeah,
Wow.
it's
So
been really nice.
is Elsa the most popular princess at the moment then?
Well, at the moment, she is. And to be honest, she's always been really popular. She was one of my first princesses I launched with Princess Dream Parties. And the thing is, they brought out Frozen 2. So Frozen, the first Frozen has carried on and carried on. And everyone loves Let It Go. So that song is still a massive song.
Mm-hmm.
So you could always sing Let It Go. It's one of them songs that all the kids love. Obviously, they brought Frozen 2 out in November. We then launched in so many venues in Lanzarote, shopping centres, hotels, as the new Anna and Elsa, because obviously it came back. And since then, it's always Elsa, 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 Elsa. And the reaction you get is unbelievable, but you have to have exactly the right costumes. And I'm also getting the white Elsa dress, because you have to look the part. There's no point wearing Let It Go dress and sing Into the Unknown. You know what I mean? So you can imagine the time we put into finding the costumes.
Definitely. And I mean, I guess for you, we're adults now, but I've always dreamt of dressing up as a princess. Snow White is my absolute favourite. And as adults here on the island, we do get lots of opportunities to dress up. There's lots of fiestas and there's carnivals. Yeah. But for you, this is something now that has become your day-to-day.
Day job.
Absolutely.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy, and it's really quite cool to say, yeah, I'm a Disney princess every day, and it actually is nearly every single day. If I'm not a princess, I'm a unicorn, or I'm Barbie, or I'm something else. The little girls have asked me. My new thing now is, and it was we had a few parties booked in that unfortunately have been postponed or cancelled with the lockdown, but I had a little girl ask me to be Ariana Grande, so that's my new thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and we've put a whole disco theme party together with that, with Ariana Grande, and also we've added like roller skates, so we'll be disco roller skate like hosts, so we'll be on roller skates while hosting the party as well.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So you mentioned earlier that the weddings are really popular for booking the princesses, and you also have another business where you can provide something very, very different for the wedding. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we also have another business called Infinity Dream Mirror, and that was named because we have a giant photo booth. It's a magic mirror photo booth. What is really unique, to be honest, we haven't actually seen that many, and at the moment we are the only one in Lanzarote to have the magic mirror. So it's a huge photo booth, and it interacts as a mirror, so as you stand in front of it you can see the whole of yourself. So for weddings this has been so popular. We only bought this out last year, so you can imagine it's been a bit crazy, and we have a lot of weddings this year. It's just as you can see, there's so much going on in the world at the moment. So many weddings have been postponed, and we just hope, fingers crossed, we can still give our services. But it's not just the mirror, we also have a prosecco wall, we have a donut wall that holds 80 donuts, we have a sweet cart, 80 donuts.
Wow.
And it's like it goes across, and it's got 40 prongs, but it holds 80 because you can put double on each prong.
Wow.
Sweet carts, we have like a trolley for like gin, whiskey, so literally something different on your wedding day. So not only the entertainment side, we also offer the really different extras that you can't always get everywhere.
Absolutely. And I've also seen that you've got, like, I'm not sure what you call them, like little teepee tents for sleepovers.
Oh, they are lovely. Yeah, they are my favourite. I first got a teepee tent. Wow. I think it was maybe over a year and a half ago now. It was just a plain teepee when they first were coming out. And then last summer I decided to get lace teepees that are stunning. They're actual lace.
Wow.
And they're white, and they're just so nice because you can just add them to sometimes chill out areas. I now do princess picnics, so the teepee's lovely for that. And also the weddings, I always take the teepees to the weddings because it gives the kids that time to feel like they're not at a wedding. You understand, like they're in their own comfort. I have pillows and teddies and games, and they can take their tablets. And then I always find the little ones, like 1-2-year-olds, if we've lost them, they're always in the teepees, just chilling. Yeah, sometimes sleeping or eating ice cream, one of the three things. But they're just nice. They just give something a bit different, and they look the part. They look very pretty.
Yeah, okay. So as well as the princesses and everything that you're doing for the weddings, you live with a superhero.
I do. My husband is my real life superhero.
So Fernando goes out. What does Fernando go out as?
Well, at the moment, he's mostly Spiderman, and he's the best Spiderman I've ever seen. Obviously, he speaks English, but he is Spanish, so he speaks Spanish. And it's really nice to hit the Spanish market, and that's what we have done, because he just goes from one language to another, so it's really nice. And I'm not joking you, I tell you the truth now. When I go out with him as a princess, and he is Spiderman, no one actually notices that I'm a princess. They're just like, Spiderman, Spiderman, Spiderman. And I'm like, hello, Ariel here. But no, they're just, Spiderman is just awesome. For boys and girls, we have so many Supergirl fans as well.
Oh my gosh. And you have two beautiful little boys. What do they make of the fact that Daddy is Spider-Man?
Well, it's quite funny because they didn't know for quite a long time that he was Spider-Man. So we hid the costume, obviously, of course. We have our own room with all our things in, so they don't really see a lot. But they have clocked on that Mommy's a princess. And it's quite funny because if they come to see me, my youngest was actually quite scared of me once because he couldn't understand why Mommy had a mermaid tail. Oh. So it's quite not difficult for them. They understand more now because they're 6 and 4. But what happened was we had the King's Eve parade, and we asked our childminder to bring the boys along because they do miss a lot. They don't always get to see us, and it is hard because we have to be professional as well. We can't always bring the boys with us. So our childminder brought the boys, and she accidentally said Pappy about Spider-Man. So obviously the boys put 2 and 2 together, but they still seriously think, yeah, it's Pappy as Spider-Man, but they think it's his secret. So they still generally think that he's Pappy in the day and Spider-Man at night.
That is the
really cute
thing.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, so they think it's really cool.
and as part of you do a lot of lives as the princesses. I know Spider-Man's been going live, and you've been doing lots of crafts and encouraging children from all over the world that have been watching you. Do your boys get involved with that as well?
Well, we did at the beginning. We did a unicorn one, and I was myself, and we did unicorn masks, and I did it with my boys, and it was quite funny actually because they kept looking at me like, "Are we okay to say this?" Bless them, because they know. Like I said to them, you have to be careful with what you say because you are on live, remember? So they were really funny, and they loved it, and they want to do another one. Normally with my princesses, they aren't involved in the live, but as soon as we've finished, I've already got everything printed out. Last night they made their popcorn holders, so we always do the craft normally after with mommy craft.
Oh,
yeah,
so
they always do join in after, and they understand. They're so good. I can't even tell you how good they are. That they let me do my live, and they know as soon as Mummy's putting a makeup on, they're like, "Oh, what are you doing today, Mummy? What princess are you going to be?" They're so understanding, and it's really, really sweet.
I can just imagine them at school as well, being so proud because Mummy's a princess.
I had this little girl come up to me once. I actually had a few little girls from Isa and Callum's school, and this little girl come up to me and they were like, "So you're Elsa?" I was like, "No, I'm Callum and Isa's mummy." "Oh, well, Isa told me in the playground that you're Elsa." And I'm thinking, oh my goodness. Yeah, and then I see them at a party and they're like looking at me and they go, "You're Isa's mummy." I'm like, "No, I'm Princess Elsa." Oh, so it's quite funny because they are clever kids. You have to be so careful with what you say.
Absolutely. And all of this, I mean, this isn't something, you've lived in Lanzarote for a while. This isn't something that's just come out of the blue, although these are your very, very new ventures. But you've been involved in entertainment for years.
Yeah, I have. Well, I've been entertaining since I was 4 years old, actually. I started to dance when I was 4 and I carried on. My mom my dad and my nan took me to every competition. I remember competing for years, all the festivals and all my costumes and the medals and the trophies. It was really an amazing life, to be honest, when you're a child. And at 16, I knew I wanted to do it as a profession. So I went to stage school, and I went to 2 different stage schools so I could train in 2 different parts. The first stage school really made me who I was because I was still so young, but I also trained how to teach children how to dance.
Oh, wow.
So that was the first, so I did a lot of qualifications in that, and then I decided to move to another stage school where I got the more performing skills, and I left there and I carried on dancing and singing in shows and touring, loads of amazing things. And my mum and dad came to Lanzarote before me, and they asked me to come, and I was very young. I was 19, I think, and I said, oh, I still want to carry on with what I want to do. I've trained too long to go somewhere I wasn't really sure what could give me. I didn't know what Lanzarote could give me. And I remember coming to Lanzarote for 6 weeks, and I just fell in love with the place, and I thought, well, if this is what I want to do, I can try it. So I went back for a big panto in London with Vanilla Ice, and it was amazing. And I thought, I have to do this because I worked really hard to get the job. And after that, I was like, let's do it. So I got rid of my car. I sold everything. I think I came with 2 cases, and I moved in with my mum and dad, and I was 20. And it was the best decision I've ever made. Literally, I can't even explain. I've been here 8 years now, and I will never, ever look back. Ever. Yeah. And since I came, I started singing really, really quick. I had gigs in bars. I think I did 6 nights a week straight away, what was amazing. And then I carried on with that. I had my first little boy, Isa. And after that, I went back after 4 months of having him, and I decided I wanted to do something bigger. So I decided to make my tribute show of Adele, Miss Amy Winehouse and Lady Gaga, and that just grew and grew. I went into hotels and carried on with that. And then I had my second little boy, Callan, and I went back again after 4 months. I don't know how, I must be crazy. And I have literally, since I've had Callan, the last 4 years, I can't explain what I've blossomed into as a woman, as a performer, as a mom. I can't even explain what I've achieved in such a small space of time, and I'm very, very proud of myself, and I feel quite emotional talking about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that, seeing the passion that you have, that's infectious. That's my lovely followers are such fans of Lanzarote, and I don't know many of them may know of you, but this is something that they can do. And when you come as a family on holiday, for them to be able to meet a princess or a superhero is something that the kids will remember longer than they're going to remember the holiday.
Yeah, and it's nice, and it's so nice that I have people watch me every year, 2-3 times a year. I have couples that follow me around every venue, and it's nice because not only am I a princess, I'm also myself, so I still get to do my singing, and it's very nice. It's really it's a really nice life here, but I'm not going to say it's an easy life, because it's not. And I do believe that you have to really work hard to achieve your dreams. It's really that easy, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, there's an awful lot of people that live here, and that we are such a small island. So you've now picked a business that is completely unique on the island. There are no other companies doing what you're doing, which is fantastic.
It is, and I do work really hard, and every month there's a new idea, or there's something else we've made or we've bought, and we don't do things by half measures ever. And I'm very, very lucky that I have a really supportive husband, Fernando, and he also works with me, and he's building the superhero side into Captain America, Batman, and I'm so excited to see what that's going to come into, because obviously the princess side's gone so big so quick. He's now focusing on the superhero side, and it's so nice to watch because he supports me, I support him. And then with the weddings, it was an idea. Fernando had this idea. He was like, there's this, I want to get this mirror, I've seen this thing and it looks amazing. And then it just flew one idea after the other, and we just built these things, and everything we've got with the wall and the donut wall, the prosecco, we've had all handmade. They're things that you can't just order online. We've had everything made, and it's so nice to be able to work with your partner, because in the world now, it's so hard to be able to trust people. And I know that's an awful thing to say, but there's no one else you can trust more than your own husband, is there? So
Absolutely.
It's so nice to work together.
And having that common focus and that common goal as well will drive you both forward.
It does, and if you have someone to be able to do that with, it's very important, because you have that extra support, because you can't always do it on your own. And the thing is, I've been running Princess Dream parties now 3 years this September.
Wow.
And I found myself to the point where I never came up for air. I was always working, I was always on my phone, I was always doing messages, emails, and I just said to Fernando, I can't physically keep doing this on my own, because I love doing it, don't get me wrong, but I am only one person. So it's so nice to be able to have him to answer. He does answer messages, he talks to all our Spanish clients, and he goes out to do Spiderman, Captain America, whatever he's working on, without all the things he does with the mirror, because the mirror is that big, he has to obviously take it himself as well. So yeah, it's really nice to have each other.
Bless. And obviously this lockdown has given you some more family time, as you'd mentioned before. You hadn't had time to press pause, so you're making the most of spending time with the boys.
It's been really, really nice, and they're enjoying it. And I've had family say to me, like, "Oh, are the boys not bored, or do they want to?" And they're so happy to just be at home with mommy and daddy, and it's so nice. We have like quite a good routine now, and we have a certain time we do movies, or crafts or homework, and every single day we wake up, and they're so thankful for us being together. And that's all I need. As long as they're happy, then that's the most important.
Absolutely. So if people want to get in touch with you at the moment, they can do that. How is it best for them to get in touch with you?
If I could give you maybe my email, Terrie, or something like that, and then you can maybe put that up as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you give your email now, then I'll put that onto the video as well. So what's your email address?
So my email is hjelly, so jelly is JELLEY @hotmail.co.uk.
Perfect. Well, sweetheart, it's been absolutely amazing talking to you today. Thank you so much for taking the time out and away from your boys and your husband.
You can hear them upstairs, but they have some fun upstairs, bless them, doing some stuff with Pappy, so it's okay. So thank you so much for asking me to have a chat with you today. I've really enjoyed it.
Welcome. Take care and stay safe.
And you, bye-bye.